Saturday, August 9th, the UFC heads to Target Center in Minneapolis, Minnesota for UFC 87, Seek and Destroy. UFC welterweight champion George St. Pierre faces his toughest test in #1 contender John Fitch, who's 8-0 inside the octagon. Plus, Kenny Florian faces Roger Huerta in what could be the lightweight fight of the year. Saturday, August 9th, from Minneapolis, Minnesota. Tickets go on sale tomorrow at the Target Center box office. Tickets for all UFC events can be found at Ticketmaster.com and StubHub.com. And that's what's coming up inside the octagon.
Lots coming up inside the octagon. It'll be great to go to the great state of Minnesota, the Twin Cities, the land of 10,000 lakes. Now, we remain in the light heavyweight division. Winner of 4 straight fights inside the octagon, Brazilian Wilson Gouveia seeks his own title shot. But first, he must hand the Croatian Goran Reljic his first mixed martial arts loss. Just when you thought the light heavyweight division couldn't hold any more world-class talent, Croatian Goran Reljic enters the picture. But Brazilian Wilson Gouveia doesn't plan on giving up his spot on the light heavyweight ladder to a UFC rookie.
Who's this guy? Nobody knows, and he's coming here and he's gonna, start talking shit. So I'm just gonna, punch him in the mouth and make him go back to Croatia.
I have heavy hands and heavier kicks. That's one thing for sure I know. Physically, I'm stronger. And I think I'm mentally much more prepared than he is.
In one of mixed martial arts' great turnarounds, Gouveia rebounded from a 4-3 start to his career to put together wins in 6 of his last 7 fights, a string that includes 4 straight UFC victories and a recent knockout of Jason Lambert. Now rapidly moving within striking distance of a title shot, Gouveia is focused on one thing: defeating the Croatian, Goran Reljic.
I'm gonna punish him, I'm gonna kick his legs, I'm gonna punch him in the face, and make him feel the pressure.
A native of Zadar, Croatia, who makes his home in Zagreb, 24-year-old Goran Reljic is a decorated grappler and solid Muay Thai practitioner who was inspired to fight by his friend, feared striker Mirko Kroka. 7-0 as a professional mixed martial artist, Reljic is ready for whatever Wilson Gouveia throws at him, and he is extremely confident that he will reign supreme in his UFC debut.
He's a good fighter, but has a very big mouth. And I think it's about time that somebody shut him up.
Joe. And this man, Goran Reljic, trains with 2 of the greatest in the game today. He trains his striking skills with his good friend Mirko Kroka. He's a purple belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu under Roger Gracie. So when you're talking about a guy who comes in with some great coaching and some great tutelage and some great mentors, you're talking about the Croatian Goran Reljic.
Absolutely, and he comes into this fight very focused and very determined. I've heard a lot about this guy. I've heard he has excellent submissions as well. He's a tall, lanky guy, 6'3" and 205. He's got an excellent build for the division, and he's got a good test in front of him tonight with Wilson Gouveia.
In addition to those 2 superstars, if you will, of this game today that he works with, he's trained with Dean Lister, Minotauro, not surprisingly, Fabricio Verdum, and he believes that even though he's fought in the smaller shows, that he brings a big-time presence into his first UFC fight.
Well, he is located to Las Vegas. He's been sparring with Vanderlei Silva, Forrest Griffin, Martin Kampmann. So, he's taken all the necessary steps for this UFC debut, and he wants it to be a successful one.
5 of his 7 wins have come via submission. He considers himself a natural-born fighter. The interesting thing about this matchup is that both men like to stand and trade, so this could be spectacular. Born and raised in Zadar and Zagreb, Croatia, Goran Reljic making his UFC debut at 24 years old. It doesn't matter if it's your first or your 50th fight in the UFC. There's no easy
ones anymore. And for Reljic, he runs into one of the hottest fighters right now at 205 in Wilson Govea, coming off a good win over Jason Lambert. I mean, here's a guy who's won 4 straight in the octagon, 10 fights overall, after losing to Jardine in his debut way back in June of 06. He just continues, like many, to get better every time.
Yeah, and that was an interesting debut against Jardine. He was doing great in the first round, but Jardine eventually wore him down with his conditioning and leg kicks. Wilson Govea is always a dangerous fighter. He was getting punished by the Punisher, Jason Lambert, until he landed a left hook out of nowhere and put Lambert on his back for the victory. He is a very talented guy in all aspects of the game. Very good stand-up, very good jiu-jitsu.
Wilson Govea getting ready for this fight in the Harley-Davidson Prep Point. And looking forward to his battle inside the octagon against Goran Reljic. He feels he's faced much better competition. He first started training his Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu in Fortaleza, Brazil with his mentor, Marcus Aurelio, who's one of the best in the sport right now. He trains in Fortaleza with Thiago Alves. He'd like a rematch with Jardine right now. He'd like to win this fight standing in front of him tonight. Our tale of the tape for this light heavyweight showcase is brought to you by the only motorcycles worthy of being in the octagon, Harley-Davidson, the Croatian. 5 years younger than the Brazilian, and a huge reach advantage for Goran Reljic with an 81-inch reach. What a night indeed, as The Rock is here tonight inside the sold-out MGM Grand Garden Arena.
Those are some white teeth.
Those are some seriously white teeth. The Rock is a cool dude, bro. And here we go with the official introductions from Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is 3 rounds in the UFC light heavyweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, a mixed martial artist holding a perfect professional record of 7 wins with no losses. He stands 6 feet 3 inches tall, weighing in at 205 pounds. Fighting out of Zagreb, Croatia, Goran Reljic. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu fighter holding a professional record of 10 wins with 4 losses. Standing 6 feet 1 inch tall, weighing in at 205 pounds, fighting out of Coconut Creek, Florida, Wilson Govea. And when the action begins, our referee in charge of the octagon is Herb Dean.
Herb Dean, our referee. Wilson Govea. Goran Reljic. Young 24-year-old.
Let's do it.
Coming out southpaw, they touch and they're ready to go. White and black trunks for the Croatian. Solid black trunks for the Brazilian. Fight scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds. Good inside leg kick by Govea. Reljic, one would imagine, really, really dangerous with his strikes.
And so is Govea.
No question. Govea really keeps his head tucked nicely. You can see there, Joe. He keeps his head low, keeps his shoulder high.
Reljic is swinging for the bleachers, man.
Well, if his kicks are anything like the kicks of his mentor, Mirko Krokop, and maybe they are, Govea better be ready.
Even blocking those in the arms could be very dangerous. We've seen it time and time again where guys get broken arms because of blocking these kicks. And Reljic is throwing a lot of power into all his strikes. You see his stance, the way he's holding himself. He's poised to just throw power.
And the stance of Reljic is one that really leaves not a lot of space for Govea to attack, because he stands at such an angle away from his opponent. He doesn't stand face to face.
He is throwing some power in that left kick, Mike.
And a good head kick again. He's got Govea's attention.
That one really got Govea's attention.
He lit up the shoulder already. You can see the big red mark on the right shoulder of Wilson Govea from one of those head kicks. Govea trying to mix it up. Very elusive is Reljic.
Swinging wild. Maybe showing a little frustration.
See when the next kick comes.
Good counters. Nice counter left hand by Reljic.
UFC action tonight, UFC 84, WEC in 8 days. Jens Pulver Uriah Faber. Featherweight title on the line from the Arco Arena, 9 in the East, 6 in the West, on Versus. Doesn't appear to be any octagon jitters in the heart and mind of this man, Goran Reljic.
No, none at all, Mike. He looks very composed in there.
Undefeated after 7 fights, never has a fight gone to the decision.
Oh, good left kick. His attack seems to all be coming from the left side. Straight left hand, left body kick, left leg kick, left high kick.
I mean, the Croatian culture of kickboxing and then Crow Cop, two things that really motivated Reljic as a young man when he started training.
Oh,
Gouveia tries to answer, though.
Both men connected.
American top team fighter, Wilson Gouveia, very hungry for his shot at the title.
Wilson showing respect here for Reljic. He's not attacking.
Well, Jason Lambert was very good in the first round against Gouveia, and then he ate a big one.
Good body kick counter by Reljic.
You know, Joe, the interesting thing is that we found out, because Jason Lambert is a heavy-handed dude, that Gouveia does have that one-strike knockout power. So as Reljic looks like the man who's been the busier, scoring more points, he's still got to be very cautious of the explosion of Wilson Gouveia. Gouveia with a left hook, it missed. He was able to block the head kick.
He's blocking that kick, but he's taking it full power. Oh, again.
Flinched at that one a bit. Let's see if indeed Reljic mixes it up now.
Gouveia's arm is red in 4 or 5 different places where he's been absorbing these kicks. Tries to counter right hand there.
And again. When Reljic throws the hands, Gouveia seems to have a pretty good answer, Joe. At least an attempt at an answer with the counter. Good uppercut.
Good right hand.
Now Gouveia pushing forward.
Some shots there.
Gouveia with a body shot. Tried the uppercut again.
Reljic looks in trouble.
And pulls guard.
Pulls guard. Very intelligent.
That's the first time we've seen Gouveia as the aggressor. And that's kind of what we talked about with the Lambert fight.
Wilson Gouveia is a black belt in jiu-jitsu.
Final 10 seconds of the round.
Goran trying to go for an omoplata. If he can get that foot across the face and roll to his side, he let it go.
Wise decision by Reljic to pull guard once Gouveia started to win the striking game.
Yeah, that was a very intelligent decision. It looked like he got caught with a good shot and chose a tactical way out. And here you see these strikes over and over again. Goran throws these very powerful left kicks over and over and over again. That was his attack, basically, Mike. It was all straight left hand,
listen a little bit.
left
you
kicks.
Can't just kick. You will knock him out if you punch before you kick. I promise. I promise. It's such a beautiful kick, but set it up. And now sometimes go body, hook to the head. If you hear me say body head, cross the body, hard hook, high kick. But finish all of your punches with a kick. Sometimes go leg, sometimes go direct to the body.
Sean Tompkins giving Reljic some excellent technical advice, telling him to set up those kicks, be a little bit less predictable.
Good start for the Croatian. Good finish of the round for Wilson Gouveia, the Brazilian. He's a gamer.
Fight.
He fights to support his wife, Fernanda, his son, Wilson Jr. Gouveia, 29 years old. Let's see how he tries to mix it up here, Joe. His right arm is jacked up.
Yeah, he's eating a lot of kicks there, Mike. I wouldn't be surprised if he's injured.
He's trying to move around a little bit more. Reljic standing in the pocket, ready to explode. Let's see when the next kick comes. The hands have been even, maybe even advantage Gouveia. Like I said, there's good counters by Gouveia when Reljic throws the hands. And there hasn't seemed to be a fear of a takedown, so will we see some more kicks from Goran? Yes.
On cue. Goran throws everything with full power. His punches and his kicks. It doesn't really set things up. He just blasts.
He hasn't mixed up his kicks a lot. Although, why would you when they continue to land? But there he does a little bit. There he goes for the body, Joe. And he's pushed down in that attempt.
Gouveia attacks.
What a good fight.
Good left hook by
big left
Gouveia.
hook by Wilson Gouveia.
Goran's in trouble.
Close guard by Reljic. Wilson Gouveia trying to pound away. Elbows.
Reljic is in trouble here.
He's in a lot of trouble up against the fence.
He's doing a good job of blocking punches. Oh, but now he's tied up. Taking some deep breaths.
This is not, it appears to be the position that Goran Reljic wants to be in. You can see the look in his eyes, Joe.
No, but right now, Wilson Gouveia's got to take advantage of this position. He can't let Herb Dean stand him up right now. He's got him on his back. He should stay busy and keep pounding on him.
Midway point of the fight. And he's up.
Good job by Reljic. Came back to his feet, but he eats a right hand. His face is bruised up.
Reljic standing right there in the pocket. Caught him again. Gouveia goes down. Big left. Now Reljic looking to finish. Gouveia's in big trouble.
In big trouble. Herb Dean is seconds away from stopping this. None of these are getting through.
He's got to fight back. He got his senses back, but will it be enough? Reljic has done it. It is
Unbelievable.
Goran Reljic wins his UFC debut.
Wow. What a back and forth battle that was. Let's take a look at the replay. Let's take a look at what dropped him.
Our Bud Light fight replay.
There it is. It was a left to the temple. Bang, right there. Wilson Gouveia drops, and Goran Reljic all over him. Just relentless attacks. Some of them not getting through, some of them getting through, and in the end, just a relentless barrage of hammer fists and punches.
Fight replay brought to you by Bud Light, ultimate refreshment, superior drinkability. What a display by the no longer UFC rookie against this diamond in the rough, Wilson Gouveia. Bruce Buffer has the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean has called a stop to this contest at 3 minutes, 15 seconds of the second round. Declaring the winner by TKO, Goran Reljic.
The Croatian reigns supreme. He is inside the octagon with Joe.
All right, I'm here with the winner, Goran Reljic. First of all, congratulations. Wilson Gouveia was a very tough competitor. You took him out with a left hand. For a UFC debut, you've got to be happy.
What can I say? I'm proud to what I did. I gotta say all the best about him. He's a really tough opponent. He almost knocked me out in the first round. And I mean, I trained like an animal for 2 months for this fight here in Las Vegas, Nevada. And I did my best, so I think I deserved it. We should say hi to my sponsors, Premier Fighter. We should say hi to Randy Couture's Gym. We should say hi to all the guys who helped me from Couture's gym, and of course you guys from UFC for bringing me here and giving me the opportunity to prove.
All right, Goran, take a look at the big screen and talk us through you dropped him with the left hand and then you jumped all over him and finished the fight.
Yeah, I hit him rock. I hit him big time with this left hand. This is my strongest weapon. I trained with Crook up a lot on that. He helped me out with some things. And yeah, he was rock here big time. And I realized I gotta finish him off before he does the same to me.
Well, finish him off you did. A very successful UFC debut. We look forward to seeing you again. Goran Reljic, ladies and gentlemen.
Successful, impressive, and I think the fans want to see more of the 24-year-old Croatian. Another Croatian having success. All right, more people are now voting for Sean Sherk. 57% say Penn will be the victor. 43% say Sherk. 30,000 have been heard at UFC.com. And by texting us A for Penn, B for Sherk to 88222. Keep the votes coming all night long. Text voting brought to you by Tap Out. BJ Penn, Sean Sherk is later tonight. Oh, that 70s show is represented tonight here inside the house. They are all here this evening as the beautiful Laura is awaiting lots of great fights that continue to take place here at UFC 84.
Take a look inside the locker room of the UFC lightweight champion, BJ Penn, who has said he's got a newborn fire inside him, and he will do everything in his power to become the most dominant champion in UFC history. As he faces off against his arch nemesis, Sean the Muscle Shark Sherk. Sherk has been truly offended by many of the comments of BJ Penn, and he plans on settling the score and once again becoming the lightweight champion here tonight. We certainly expect that to be a tough fight. And speaking of tough fights, check this out from Ninja Gaiden 2, only on Xbox 360.
When your enemies are without honor, bring them only vengeance and death. Ninja Gaiden 2, rated M for mature.
Ninja Gaiden 2, available June 3rd, only on Xbox 360.
Earlier tonight, heavyweight matchup. Christian Wellich looking to tackle Shane Carwin's drive for victory in his UFC debut with the official introductions, Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is 3 rounds in the UFC heavyweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This man is a wrestler holding a perfect professional record of 8 wins with no losses. Standing 6 feet 3 inches tall, weighing in at 252 pounds. Fighting out of Denver, Colorado, Shane Carwin. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. A mixed martial artist holding a professional record of 9 wins with 2 losses. Standing 6 feet 3 inches tall, weighing in at 230 pounds, fighting out of Sacramento, California, the Hungarian Nightmare, Christian Wellich. And when the action begins, our referee in charge of the octagon is Yves Levine.
So Yves Levine, our referee. Shane Carwin set to make his UFC debut. The beautiful Ariane Edith in attendance here tonight. Great to be back in Las Vegas, MGM Grand Garden Arena.
Ready, sir. You ready? Fight!
Here we go. In the red and black trunks, the newcomer Shane Carwin. In the scarlet and gray trunks, if you will, is
Carwin.
Christian Wellich.
Very stiff. He's throwing some big power in his punches.
Known for his ground and pound, Joe, but all these men who want to compete at a high level in mixed martial arts are always ever evolving.
Both guys are coming up a little bit short in their punches. They both look a little tense.
Carwin spars on a regular basis with one of the top fighters in the UFC.
Good right hand by Wellich.
Wellich able to connect, and again with the jab. See how Carwin's head movement is if he gets more... Down goes Wellich, and it is all over! Forget about head movement! Knockout win! Wow!
power. Big power displayed by Shane Carwin.
Joe, take a look at our Bud Light fight replay.
Yeah, let's see that again. Bang, right on the button. Carwin was coming up a little bit short with some of those punches earlier. He was getting the distance, and there you see he's got it down. Just right on the button, rather. Oh, man, nice. That was textbook. Mouthpiece flying.
Yep.
Wellish drops.
Fight replay brought to you by Bud Light, Ultimate Refreshment, superior drinkability. Shane Carwin. And still, he has never had a fight last longer than 1 round. He wins his UFC debut. Here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Yves Leving has called a stop to this contest at 44 seconds of the very first round, declaring the winner by TKO, Shane Carwin.
TKO, 44 seconds in. Carwin burst onto the scene, and he is with Joe.
All right, I'm with the winner, Shane Carwin. First of all, Shane, congratulations on the UFC debut.
Thanks, man. It's great to be here. This is the place, man, right here, the UFC, baby.
Well, you came through in flying colors. Take a look at the Bud Light replay and talk us through this one-punch KO.
I mean, Christian, we're just doing some boxing there, connected, straight down the pipe.
Nice to see, isn't it?
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Well, that, my friend, will be on highlight reels for days to come, and we look forward to seeing you again. Shane Carwin, ladies and gentlemen.
Thanks. I want to thank Grudge, and I want to thank my coach, Trevor Whitman, man. He's my boxing coach. Thanks, Coach.
Trevor Whitman, Nate Marquardt. Watch their newest product, Shane Carwin, reign supreme in just 44 seconds in his UFC debut. As I said, they're all in attendance tonight. The beautiful and lovely Mandy Moore. She's becoming a UFC regular. And justifiably so. Group B inside the locker room. A look live at BJ Penn, the UFC lightweight champion. Later tonight, he'll be in our main event of the evening against the former lightweight champion, Sean Shirk, who did not lose his title inside the octagon. He lost it in the courtroom. And tonight, he dearly wants to get it back. Our main event is later tonight here at UFC 84 Ill Will, presented by Bud Light. But before that, the light heavyweight matchup everybody's talking about. He shocked the mixed martial arts world by beating Liddell. If Jardine can beat Silva tonight, he would seem destined for his shot at the light heavyweight title.
I'm going to fight a legend of the sport, and I'm going to try to make myself a legend of the sport by beating him.
He's fighting stand-up, I fight in stand-up too. I go to beat him.
I'm fighting a guy that has his back against the wall. He can't afford another loss. That's a scary thing.
Right on left and right, and now!
Vandalay, just a few years ago, was one of the best all time, and I'm not worried about the title and all that stuff because it's something I can't control. All I can control is beating Vandalay.
To me, it's a very, very important match because you lost, you need to come back, you need to win. This is my job.
Nice left hook by Jardine.
I wasn't supposed to beat Forrest back in the day, and I wasn't supposed to beat Chuck.
He's to the head. Vandalay opening up.
He's a guy that everybody was afraid of a little while ago. But it's hard to believe that they got me as an underdog in this fight.
I fighting with my technique, I fight with my condition, but I fighting a lot with my heart.
I expect him to come flying across the ring and throw these incredible haymakers, but I'm a better boxer, I'm a better kickboxer, I'm a better wrestler and grappler.
I'm going for to knockout to beat him so fast.
He's got to be ready to get in a war. It's going to be a war. And the harder the fight goes, the harder I go.
I need this victory. I'm not stopping.
I beat Vandalay Silva. You can't deny me my place in the UFC history books.
and unorthodox, but very effective guys in the light heavyweight division. Keith Jardine has a knockout victory over Forrest Griffin. He has a decision victory over Chuck Liddell. He has very heavy hands and very heavy kicks. He's a very good wrestler, good takedown defense, very well-rounded in all areas of the game, and he's got a lot of experience in the octagon. He comes into this fight being trained, as always, by Jackson's Submission Academy. Greg Jackson's Mixed Martial Arts Academy in New Mexico has put together so many good fighters, done such a great job in training fighters and making good tactical game plans for the fights, and I'm very interested to see what their tactical game plan is for this fight with Matt Vanderlei Silva tonight.
Keith Jardine, Joe, steps into the Harley-Davidson prep point. Final preparations being made by Mario Yamasaki, our referee, the Dean of Mean, Keith Jardine. And he has also benefited from spending some time in Montreal, Quebec, Canada, with the likes of George Rush St. Pierre and Patrick Cote, because once GSP started heading down to Albuquerque, he invited all the guys from Greg Jackson's camp up, and that should only benefit the chances tonight of Jardine doing something that maybe nobody in the world has ever done. Beat Chuck Liddell and Vanderlei Silva within the same year or so.
Yeah, that is a phenomenal grouping they put together there with the guys from Montreal and the guys from New Mexico, and Keith Jardine looks in excellent shape for this fight. I think he has a significant size advantage over Vanderlei Silva as well. Vanderlei has hinted at possibly fighting at 185 pounds in the future. He walks around at 210. Keith Jardine, on the other hand, came down from heavyweight to fight in the light heavyweight division. I think he's a bigger man.
The Dean of Mean, Keith Jardine, looking to make his way into the history books.
For the first time in his career, he's fighting a guy who is listed as an underdog, but in a lot of people's eyes, a lot of experts' eyes, this is even, or the advantage goes to Jardine. It's a tough fight for Vanderlei, but you know what? Vanderlei loves tough fights. He is one of the most aggressive and relentless fighters in the history of mixed martial arts. I mean, his highlight reel is one of the greatest highlight reels in the history of the game. He's a relentless attacker, very aggressive, great Muay Thai, black belt Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and he's fought all over the world.
He enjoyed a 5-year run as the Pride 205-pound champion, but he hasn't won since July of '06, losing 3 straight fights to Henderson, to Jackson, and to Liddell. Still, though, it bothers him. And for the first time to prepare for this fight, he got himself a true Muay Thai boxing coach in Master Chan. Vanderlei Silva, 31 wins in his mixed martial arts career. Only 31 years old, nearly 12 years in the fight game. And Joe, trust me when I tell you, he is ready tonight to reign supreme for the first time in a long time inside the octagon. He's beaten Rampage 2 times. He has defeated Henderson. And now tonight, he looks to get back to his winning ways after the Pride losses to, Crow Cup and Henderson in '06 and '07. And he's got to do it against one of the hottest men in the game today, the Dean of Mean, Keith Jardine. Our tale of the
tape for this light heavyweight fight. Brought to you by the only motorcycles worthy of being in the octagon. Harley Davidson, Silva 31, Jardine 32, Silva 5'11", Jardine 6'2". Jardine will have a slight reach advantage. Once again with the official introductions, here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this UFC contest is sponsored by Bud Light. Ultimate refreshment, superior drinkability. And Tap Out, American, arrogant, and in your face. Watch Tap Out in their second crazy season starting this July. And Metro PCS, talk all you want, anytime, and never sign a contract. Metro PCS, the leader in unlimited. And now, this fight is 3 rounds in the UFC light heavyweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This man is a mixed martial artist holding a professional record of 13 wins with 4 losses and 1 draw. He stands 6 feet 2 inches tall, weighing in at 205 pounds. Fighting out of Albuquerque, New Mexico, he is the Dean of Mean, Keith Jardine. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, a Muay Thai kickboxer holding a professional record of 31 wins with 8 losses and 1 draw. He stands 5 feet 11 inches tall, weighing in at 205 pounds. Fighting out of Las Vegas, Nevada, the former Pride middleweight champion, he is the ex-murderer, Wanderlei Silva! And when the action begins, our referee in charge of this contest is Steve Mazzagatti.
All right, gentlemen, now this is it. We will have a clean, fair fight. You need to obey my commands, protect yourself at all times. Now let's hook them up.
Wow, that's a serious stare down right there.
That's what I'm talking about.
Keith Jardine looks very intense.
And always intense. He is that man, Wanderlei Silva.
All right, bring it on, come on.
Here we go. Wanderlei Silva, Keith Jardine. Jardine in the gray trunks, Silva in the black trunks.
Keith has a very unorthodox style that gives a lot of people a lot of problems.
Including the Iceman, Chuck Liddell. He's going to want to keep Silva on the outside. If Silva gets inside and throws some of those knees, it could be good night. And down goes Jardine.
Keith's in trouble. He's
Jardine
hurt.
in big trouble. Silva trying to finish.
It's a huge victory for Wanderlei.
He said he wanted a quick knockout, and he got it.
Keith Jardine is still down and flat on his back right now.
Wanderlei Silva wanted to walk over a couple of times to check on Jardine. He is such pure class. Take a look at our Bud Light fight replay.
Keith throws a kick, Wanderlei counters with a right hand, drops him, left hand, right hand. Keith's in big trouble here, and Wanderlei swarms on him. He's got probably the best killer instinct and finishing of any fighter in MMA. If he's got you hurt, he swarms on you. And here he's swarming all over Keith. Keith is trying to get back to his feet. He's trying to retain guard, and Wanderlei's got him mounted. Keith's dazed. He's in big trouble here. One punch after another. Mercifully saved.
The fight replay brought to you by Bud Light, ultimate refreshment, superior drinkability. The axe murderer, Wanderlei Silva. This is why Dana White was so excited to get this man back in the UFC. Here's Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Steve Mazzagatti has called a stop to this contest at 36 seconds of the very first round, declaring the winner by knockout, the Axe-Murderer, Wanderlei Silva.
That is why he is a legend in this game. Wanderlei with Joe.
I am here with a very happy Wanderlei Silva. Wanderlei, this is a huge victory for you. How good does it feel to get back on the winning track?
It's incredible because I'm very emotional now. Thanks for everybody for coming here tonight. Thanks. This is the best public in the world. For me, it's a great emotion now, the great moment to me. It's a very good to stay here with everybody. Thanks, my friends, for coming tonight.
Take a look at the big screen and talk us through the action.
This is a very tough guy. My pleasure fights for him. I talk the first minute, second minute is a very danger because this glove is very small. But this guy is a great fighter. Thanks for coming for to fight to me. And it's good that Silva come back. It's a good to give this victory for my fans. I come for to lose. I come back to win. I'm very, very happy. Thanks for opportunity. Thanks for Tito's brothers, Mr. Dana White, for to give the great event for me and for the fans. Now the MMA is staying high level. This guy is incredible. He's the best boss. And for me, an honor fighting for my boss and my fans, the best public in the world. Thanks for coming.
Congratulations on a great victory over a great opponent. We look forward to seeing you again. Wanderlei Silva, ladies and gentlemen.
What a class act. How do you not love Wanderlei Silva? He gets ferocious when it's time to go. He is a gentleman, and there you see Keith Jardine walking out in his own power, gets a hug from Wanderlei Silva. The Dean Amin will be back. You're guaranteed. And speaking of back, the Iceman returns to his winning ways. Earlier tonight, middleweight matchup in what would be the final fight of a fine career. Ivan Salaverry looks to exit the mixed martial arts world by beating down UFC newcomer Rousimar Paul Harris. Here's Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is 3 rounds of fighting in the UFC middleweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu fighter holding a professional record of 16 wins with 1 loss. He stands 5 feet 8 inches tall, weighing in at 185 pounds. Fighting out of Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, Rousimar Toquinho Paul Harris. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, a mixed martial artist holding a professional record of 12 wins with 5 losses and 1 draw. He stands 6 feet tall, weighing in at 185 pounds. Fighting out of Seattle, Washington, Ivan Salaverry. And when the action begins, our referee in charge of the octagon is Mario Yamasaki.
Mario Yamasaki, veteran official. Edith Ariani, sold out inside the MGM Grand Garden Arena. UFC 84, Ill Will. Here we go. Is it the last ride? We will find out a little later. Right now, we're going to find out if it'll be a win for Ivan Salaverry in the brown trunks. White and black for the Brazilian, Rousimar Paul Harris. Salaverry.
Paul Harris immediately wants to take it to the ground, and he does.
And
body
right
lock
into
side control, a powerful side control. You see the physical strength of this young man.
Now, Salaverry said he knows that Paul Harris is a very good grappler. He'd like to keep the fight standing, but he'll be ready if it goes to the ground. Joe, and you know very well, he's not easy to submit. He's very dangerous off his back, is Ivan Salaverry.
He is, but Paul Harris is on another level, and as you see by that mount, you see how quick that was, Mike? I mean, that's some really top-level Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu right there. That was a very quick mount. And this is death here.
Yeah.
He's got I love this position. It's like almost like the guard from the mount, and he turns it into back control. This is bad for Ivan Salivary.
This is very bad for Salivary. Been out for nearly a year. This one may not last very long.
He's got to keep battling here. This is a constant battle for hand control, controlling the wrist, moving around, and Palhares is not going to let go of this position. He's even got the legs crossed, which is a no-no.
Does he have it locked in now?
Not yet, not yet. Salivary's still tucking his chin under. Salivary's tough to submit, but it's, you know what it is? It's like you keep struggling. It's like quicksand. You get deeper and deeper. He's getting tired the more he's trying to control those hands, and Palhares is looking for new openings. It's tough with the gloves on. That's what saves a lot of guys. You know, when you're used to doing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu with no gloves, and then you go to the gloves allow a guy to grip your wrist better, and it also makes it much more difficult to slide your hand underneath the chin.
Little breather for the Brazilian. Let's see when he tries to submit again. Don't grab the gloves, is what Mario Yamasaki's saying.
See, now what I said about crossing the legs being a no-no, Ivan Salivary has he let it go. See, Palhares crosses his legs from that position, which is a no-no in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu because the guy can wrap his legs around your foot and submit you with a foot lock. Palhares is taking the chance because it offers a better control because you're squeezing your legs around the guy.
Salivary doing a good job defensively so far, Joe.
Salivary makes an explosion to move. He's going to try to twist around.
Oh, it is over!
Nice.
Great transition by Palhares. Finishes with the armbar.
That's some top-level Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. And let me tell you something. This is the type of guy that we need in this division. The type of guy that can submit, the type of guy that can take a guy like our champion, Anderson Silva, down and submit him. Top-level black belt Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Impressive in his UFC debut.
Very, very impressive. You see the next level of this. Let's take a look at the Bud Light fight replay, Mike. Look at that mount, man. I mean, that's worth seeing again. The speed and just the intricate movements of that mount. That's from thousands of hours of practice. And here he's got the back and he switches it immediately to an armbar. Just so smooth.
And he had it immediately.
Immediately. I mean, that's just real top-level jiu-jitsu, Mike. I mean, as a guy who loves jiu-jitsu, I mean, look at that, man. Look at that transition. To go from the back, flowing with that leg across the face and instantly into the armbar. I mean, that is just a sight to see.
Fight replay brought to you by Bud Light, ultimate refreshment, superior drinkability. Here is Bruce Buffer with the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Mario Yamasaki has called a stop to this contest at 2 minutes, 36 seconds of the very first round, declaring the winner by tap out due to an armbar, Husimar Tokinho Palhares.
Very, very impressive debut for Husimar Palhares, and that's a mouthful right there. Let's take a look at this beautiful transition here. I mean, this just shows his versatility, Mike. He goes from having back control, he secures an arm, and watch how quick this transition is. He's got the arm and just flows over. Bang, push, straighten out, locked it in. I mean, just beautiful technique in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. One more look at this, Mike. Here's this transition, traps the arm, and this flows from the back to the armbar, and just picture-perfect jiu-jitsu.
If indeed we have a new gun inside the octagon and it's Husimar Palhares, he could be dangerous for Silva, and we bid farewell to Salivary. If indeed this fight does go the distance, many believe it'll be BJ Penn. If indeed BJ Penn wins, 56% of you would be right. 40,000 have voted online all night long. Our text voting brought to you by Tap Out, American Arrogant, and In Your Face. And speaking of In Your Face, how about in a couple of days in the WEC when it is our main event of the evening for the UFC lightweight title. As the champion, BJ Penn takes on the former champion, Sean Sherk. And speaking of title fights, the WEC featherweight title is up for grabs on June 1st. And for more on that, here's Joe.
All right, I am here with Uriah Faber, the WEC 145-pound champion. Now, Uriah, I understand that you trained with BJ Penn for this fight. Tell us your thoughts about the training camp and tell us your thoughts about the fight tonight.
You know, BJ is taking this this game seriously now, so it was great to go out there to Hawaii. It was beautiful out there, and I got to give it to BJ on this one, man. He's got it mentally. His dad's like a damn motivational speaker, and I think he's been feeding him that stuff since he was a little kid, and I think he's going to go out there and do it tonight.
Now, speaking of fights, you have upcoming June 1st, the biggest fight in the history of the 145-pound division. It's you against Jens Pulver. Tell us what's up with that fight.
Man, that's going to be incredible, man. It's in Sacramento, my hometown. It's going to be in a huge arena, and I'm fighting a legend in the sport, and you know, he's a tough dude, and we're going to go out and find out who's the man.
And I am here with the opponent right here, Jens Little Evil Pulver, the very first UFC lightweight champion, a veteran of the sport, finally down to 145 pounds, the perfect weight for you. You were undefeated at 145. How do you feel coming into this fight, the challenge for Uriah's title?
You know, I'm pretty excited. I've never been in that position where I get to try and take somebody else's belt. You know, I've always been stuck defending it, or even, you know, trying to come in between when I was the champ to now, people trying to make their name off of me. Now I get to go in, I get to go into his hometown, and I get to try and take his title, and I'm pretty excited at having this opportunity. I mean, I'm ready to go. I'm excited for 145, and I'm really happy for the WEC for this.
Now, having spent the majority of your career fighting much larger guys and then finally fighting at your natural weight, now that the WEC is around, you have a venue for this, did you think that it gives you an advantage having fought bigger guys in the past?
You know, I mean, it gives me a comfort, that's for sure. I felt comfortable, you know, at 45. I've knocked out every opponent I fought except one, and I submitted him in 30 seconds, but it's just the guys at 55 were starting to get really big. Right now I'm 153. I still got a week to go, and when I'm in great shape, you know, I'm down lower. So now when I push, when I pull, people move, and at 155 I was kind of, you know, struggling. It was a conditioning problem more than anything, trying to just spend all that energy moving people around. I'm just a lot more comfortable down here, and it really shows.
And I tell you, as a fan, I cannot wait for this matchup. June 1st, Uriah Faber versus Jens Pulver. Don't miss it.
It's life or death to me. I'm prepared to do anything to win this fight. I'm the #1 fighter in the world in my weight class, and I'm standing out here ready to prove it.
Fight like a legend, not like a guy who just started.
The Little Evil!
I've been there, done that, and I'm on my way back to win a belt. There's no way this fight's going 5 rounds.
Don't blink.
And speaking of main events, it is now time for our main event of the evening. UFC 84 Ill Will, presented by Bud Light, and we present for you the lightweight title fight everyone has been talking about. Baby J, BJ Penn, taking on the former lightweight champion, Sean Sherk. Mike Goldberg, Joe Rogan, been a great night so far. Great to be back in Las Vegas. Great to finally get into the talking and begin the fighting.
Absolutely, and man, what a fight this is. A perfect matchup. You couldn't ask stylistically for a better matchup. You have BJ Penn, phenomenal jiu-jitsu player, great stand-up. And then you have Sean Sherk, intense cardio, relentless competitor, great wrestling, good ground and pound, great passing. Together, this is just, it's the best matchup ever in the lightweight division, in my opinion.
Well, Joe, BJ Penn has changed everything about his life outside of the octagon, and we've seen the benefits of it. And for the first time ever, Sean Sherk says he's fighting somebody he hates. He is very angry, very determined, and he still thinks he truly is the lightweight champion.
Well, he did not lose that title in the octagon. He lost it in court. And, you know, BJ Penn is walking around right now with his belt. Sean Shirk is an incredibly tough guy, and in my opinion has the most frantic pace in all of mixed martial arts. He's got a pace that's very difficult to deal with. Hermes Franco wilted under it. Most fighters wilt under it. And at 155 pounds, he's very tough to stop. He is a juggernaut, and this is an awesome matchup.
We've had over 40,000 of our fans all around the world, and thank you. Let their voice be heard. 55% think BJ Penn. 45% think Sean Shirk. All night long, our text voting has been brought to you by our good friends at Tap Out. It is the lightweight fight, the biggest lightweight fight in UFC history. And now, the talking concludes, and in just a matter of moments, the fighting begins, and only one man will leave the best at 155.
Sean Shirk finally gets the belt, and then he tests positive and gets his belt taken away. BJ then comes in.
Looks like it'll be me and BJ next. Sean Shirk, you're dead?
Yeah, I'm pissed. BJ talks a lot of There's a lot more on the line with all the false accusations, getting my belt taken away for something I didn't do, and the guy that has it is talking tons of about me.
Get ready, Shirk!
I've never really fought anybody that I hated before. And this fight with BJ, I mean, it's personal.
I'm the champ, and I'm out here to beat all these guys, you know, and kick everybody's ass.
This guy's gonna have to kill me. I'm gonna keep coming at him. Hope he's ready for some pressure, because I'm gonna bring a lot of it.
Once you get scared, it's easy to get scared again.
I've worked for everything I have. Nothing's ever been handed to me in my entire life. That's why I won't quit.
Strongest muscle in your body's right here, your heart, you know, and this controls everything. And that's where he's weak.
If you push him, he'll quit. And I know I'm gonna make him quit. I'm gonna come at him hard.
I've been in way too many fights to sit there and say, I'm gonna end this thing in the first round. It's gonna be done in the first round. But that's what I wanna do. I wanna beat him in the first round.
It's not winning the belt for the first time. Winning the belt again, getting it back, for me, is redemption.